Good job. Even never. Alrighty then, we're going to go ahead and begin today's presentation of Cosmic Adorations for Amun. And if you're on YouTube, you can let me know. You can let me know how the audio is. Sometimes it sounds like a robot. I don't know why. So we are following the Sirius Hermetic Sidereal calendar put out by the Earth Center from the culture in Mali. And this is humanity's original calendar, recovered by Neb Naba Lamusa Morodin Nabi. This calendar is based on the heliacal rising of the Sirius star. It has been 422 years since the last great heliacal rising. This year of 365 days is the second quarter of the Rinpet year, the real year, 1,461 days, as shown in the chart below. So you can see the numerical system there, which I don't know much about. And if you're interested in the calendar, they have the app now, which is awesome. And so this is the month of Penamit, Pahini, and we're on what day is this? June 26th. Monday, June 26th. Okay, yeah. And it's a divine holy day for Amun. Sometimes it's confusing because they have the day of the Decan. So that's why I kind of pause. So this is divine holy day. Decan week is Sawikat, Natural Amun, Monday, June 26th. So you can get that out. Alright, so today we're going to be learning about Amun and have some music, wisdom teachings to music. It's wrinkly. I don't know what that means. The sound is wrinkly? Oh. So you're saying the sound is wrinkly on TikTok? So just let me know. I don't know what would be causing that. Even never. Alright, so we're going to start with the altar ritual. Got a candle here. Use the lighter to light the candle. The lighting of the candle symbolizes the Aku within that is to be awakened. Incense, fragrance of the personality which rises up and connects with the divine. So it's a divine fragrance. The personality, then we have water, which is the one pointed flow of the mind towards the divine. And I have some cherries. And if you'd like to follow along with the service, you could go to tachia.com/Amun. It's mostly just my notes, lyrics to the songs, things like that. It's not an actual report. So we're going to start with the opening chants. Where these offerings from Cosmici Temple of Divine Light, Healing, and Sweet Sounds. So I'm going to start with the someone's request. I recently posted the daily practice of Cosmici Temple, some of the chants and activities of each day. Not to say that I do everything every day, but that's the outline. So we're going to start with the opening prayer for Anpu, Opener of the Ways. This was taken from the Chitao Netter Kemetic Daily Chant Songbook Meditation and Devotional Worship Manual. Oh, Anpu, Opener of the Ways. Oh, Anpu, Opener of the Ways. You remove obstacles to my success in my spiritual practice. Oh, Anpu, Opener of the Ways. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. Lead souls through the narrow pathways to know the difference between real and unreal. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. Measures between heaven and hell. Days black as night, golden as a day. If we watch her by night is by day. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. May Anpu hypnotize firm, so that I may stand upon them. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. May Anpu hypnotize firm, so that I may stand upon them. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. I wash myself in the waters where Anpu washed himself, where he was the officer of embalmer and bandager. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. Oh, Anpu, Opener the Ways. My lips are the lips of Anpu. 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 Okay, so for those of you on the live, if you could just text me in the chat that the sound is good today. Sometimes it's not so great. So if you could just let me know how sound is coming in today so I can readjust. Now we're going to have an offering of the four great truths of Chitao Netter. I'm going to read the translation first. Number one, the Netter, the Supreme Being, is one and alone and is never manifesting everywhere in all things in the form of gods and goddesses. 2. Lack of righteousness brings fetters to the personality, and these fetters lead to ignorance of the divine. Number 3. Devotion to the divine leads to freedom from the fetters of sin. Number 4. The practice of the Shady disciplines leads to knowing oneself as a divine. This is called being true of speech. And I really like these principles or four great truths because they're really little and really like formulas. And once you spend enough time with them, they just kind of make sense. I don't know. It's just a great equation. Say what you say, not blue inside you say. Marisha, you become in my head. I tell you, I would never share it, I tell you. On the odds, we sell, you said, say, come in. Say what you say, not blue inside you say. Marisha, you become in my head. I tell you, I would never share it, I tell you. On the odds, we sell, you said, say, come in. Say what you say, not blue inside you say. But he said you were coming my way. I tell you, I would never share it, I tell you. On the odds, we say, come in. Say what you say, not blue inside you say. But he said you were coming my way. Do what I tell. Okay. See, I forgot one. All right, now we're going to have the chant that is to be offered before reading from the pertinent root. It's really a condensation of the actual chants that are to be recited before reading from the pertinent root. This is what I do for these presentations. Om Namaja Keprasara. 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 Namaja Kepara, the sorrow. The sorrow. Om Namaja Keprasara. Om to a hotel. For those of you that are on TikTok, if you could tap your screen a few times, that helps the algorithm know that I'm here and they'll let other people know to tune in. So you could just tap your screen a few times, that would be awesome. Okay, so now let's go to some of the teachings. Usually when I do these presentations, I just do a scan of the World Wide Web and then go to Save on Ma's work. But there's so much on Amun, I'm just going to go straight to Save on Ma's teachings. All right, so let's have a few readings on who or what is Amun. Amun is, the witnessing consciousness and the one who never sleeps. And it's also kind of a play on words. Amun, which means the cosmic force that's the witnessing consciousness, and then the word Amun by itself means hidden. So Amun is the hidden deity. So let's start with the Pardon Notice today, page 82. And I have so much information, I doubt I'll get through all of it today. I mean, I know I won't get through all of it today. 82. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, that's the wrong book. Pardon me. Okay. Sometimes the scroll just has its own schedule, it just does its own thing. Stop it though. Okay. Page 82. Amun. And this is from the Book of the Dead, Kemetic Book of the Dead. Amun, the self, is the hidden essence of all things. The sun, Ra, is the radiant and dynamic outward appearance of the hidden made manifest, and also the light of cosmic consciousness. The cosmic mind, or that through which consciousness projects. In this aspect, Ptah represents the physical world, the solidification or coagulation of the projection of consciousness, Amun, made manifest. These manifestations are reproduced symbolically on earth in the cities of Kemet, Egypt, Anu, city of Ra, Waset, city of Amun, and Hekaptah, city of Ptah. Waset, or Nut, was known to the Greeks as Thebes, who knew it also as Diospolis, heavenly city. Thebes is the city identified in the Old Testament as No Amun, city of Amun. Okay, so Amun is symbolized as the ram, or a man with a ram's mask, a ram's headdress, or a man with a double-plumed crown. So it's two big feathers. In the form of Amun Ra, the evolution of the concept of the divine takes on emphasis of the subtle and hidden qualities of divine consciousness. This teaching found its greatest expression in the city of Waset, called Thebes by the ancient Greeks. As a ram-headed man, the iconography emphasizes the qualities of the ram, virility, leadership, and astrological period of the ram as it relates to the great ancient Kemetic year. The human-headed form emphasizes all-encompassing non-dual divinity as symbolized by the double plumes, Aset and Nebuchadnezzar, uniting in one being. There's plenty more on this page, but we're going to keep on going. Thank you for tuning in. Four. About Mooch's concert. Mooch. The goddess Mut is the counterpart of Amun. She is nature itself, and she exemplifies the capacity to recycle. Her main symbol is the vulture. Just as vultures eat carrion and turn it into life, so too the goddess takes in death and brings forth new life with a spiritual spirit. Having some technical challenges here. All right, the Great Trinity of Amun Ra Ptah. Creation manifests as three aspects. This teaching is expressed in the ancient Egyptian Okay, it's starting to come back. Oh, we're to page 8. All right, well, it's just going to be one of those days. All right. Not working, so I'm going to go get the book, not read it from the computer right now. This will take all day. Too much trouble. Okay, ready now? Still not ready. I don't have time for that. Okay. Creation manifests as three aspects. This teaching is expressed in the ancient Kemetic statement, I was one and then I became three. And Nebuchadnezzar, everything is Amun Ra Ptah, 3 and 1. Nebuchadnezzar, the supreme being, a name of Asar, manifests as Amun Ra Ptah. In this teaching, Amun represents the witnessing consciousness, Ra represents the mind and senses, and Ptah represents matter and all physical manifestation. Therefore, the Trinity owes its existence to the One. The realization of the underlying unity, the oneness behind the multiplicity of the Trinity, gives profound insight into the true nature of the divine and the way to discover the Supreme Self. When you begin to understand that the underlying basis behind creation, meaning your consciousness or identity, your senses and mind, your perception of the physical universe, is in reality the one Supreme Spirit, you begin to turn away from the world of ordinary human existence to discover the self within and to know thyself. Right, so now we're going to do the chant, Om Amun Ra Ptah. So we're going to take a few deep breaths together. Inhale, allowing the abdominal area to expand. And exhale, allowing the abdominal area to contract almost to touching the spine. Another deep inhalation. And exhale. One more. And release. All right, so we're going to do call and response. Om Amun Ra Ptah. 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 A tap. Let's take another reading from the Prayer and Review. All right, yes, and this one has a song, page 123. Oh. I don't know about this book. Maybe if I close it and open it again. Try that. Oh. It's 123. Chapter. All right. Make this visible. Hmm. All right. All right. So this is page 123. It's about chapter 33, also known as chapter 125. So this is about reincarnation. The East and the West, reincarnation in heaven. Another very important teaching in reference to the Duat, or the beautiful West, comes from the following hymn to Amun Ra. The hymn to Amun Ra instructs us in the wisdom that those who are judged by God to be unrighteous will not attain the coveted goal of reaching the abode of the supreme divinity. Instead, they will be directed towards the East. This is a clear reference to reincarnation. The East implies the dawn and a new life for the sun in the form of Khepri. In effect, it symbolizes the rebirth of the sun through Nut, and concurrently the rebirth of the soul as well. Reincarnation is the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth into a new body, which the soul undergoes over a period of millions of years until it is purified enough to discover and return to its original source, the supreme divinity. In ancient times, the Greek historian Herodotus recorded that the ancient Cometics were the first to understand and teach the wisdom in reference to reincarnation. Therefore, in order to reach the West, it is necessary to be pure of heart, which implies having lived according to the principles of Ma'at, as well as having developed reverence and devotion towards and wisdom about the divine. This implies that one has lived life based on studying, reflecting, meditating, and practicing the spiritual teachings. So the goal is to live life in such a way that you do not have to come back. And also, when they refer to the beautiful West, they are not just referring to heaven or eternity. It's also a reference to um, Mary or Amaru, the continents of the American continents, which, according to some authors, was the original location of Kemet, and then the Kemet in Africa was established as a memorial. And I learned about this from a book called When Rocks Cry Out by Horace Butler. So where are the lyrics to that song? Go. And this reading from the Prayer Maria is from chapter 17, also known as chapter 33. Depends on which version of the book you're looking at. Let's see if I can. Hail to Amun-Ra, Amun-Ra, the first king, the god of earliest times, the vizier of the poor. He does not take bribe from the guilty. He does not speak to the witness. He does not look to him who promises. Amun judges the land with his fingers. He speaks to the heart. Amun judges the guilty. He assigns them to the east, and the righteous to the west. Hail Amun-Ra. 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 Hail Amun-Ra. Hail Amun-Ra. Right. Now let's go to the gloss for that chapter. Page 123. Chapter 33. Arrows in here. 130. Okay, chapter 17, page 223, not 233. And here is chapter 17. An appeal for not reincarnating as a human being again. Disgusting is this land of Abtet, the east, the going to the dwelling. Nothing will be done to me that is considered disgusting by the gods and goddesses, because I am. I passed through, pure within, through the birthing place. Nebuchadnezzar granted to me his own glory on the day of that of unity of the two lands in the presence of the Lord of things. As to the knowledge of these words, if they are yours as a glorified spirit, a perfected soul, you will be in Nekert. Already read that part. All right. Let's have one more from the praying room. Human beings are not just composed of mind, senses, and a physical body. Beyond the physical and mental levels, there is a soul level. This is the realm of the higher self, which all of the teachings of yoga and the various practices of meditation are directed towards discovering. This hidden aspect of ourselves, which is beyond the thoughts, is known as Amun, Asar, or Aminta in the ancient Kemetic system of spirituality. So they have a diagram here of the universal soul, and then let's see if I can find it to put it in the this page is oh, here's another reading. I forgot about this one. Okay, we'll come back to that. Universal soul, and then below that, mind and senses, which is the astral body and the astral world, the Jua or the netherworld, Amun. And then below that is the physical world, the physical body. So Asar, Amun, and Ptah is this trinity here. All right, see, I forgot back on page 123. Here's a little bit more information about the Duat. Having explained this, the most hidden region of the Duat, unconscious mind, through the practices of yoga and meditation, the initiate can now affirm that he or she has had experiences of the divine. Those who attain this experience are called sages or saints. Those who are established in this state of awareness, meaning that they have a continuous divine awareness based on this experience, are called enlightened sages. Due to their continuous divine awareness based on this experience, are called enlightened sages. No. Due to this experience, anything that an enlightened sage says is considered to be directly inspired by the divine. Thus, they are considered to be enlightened human beings. This is the meaning of the following Hekau utterance from the Purdah Root, chapter 33. It is I who have entered into the house of Asar and have clothed myself with garments of the one who is within it, who is within. It is I who have entered into Rastau, and I have seen these secrets which are within. Hidden was I, but I found a way. It is I who went into Yanrutep. I put on the clothing which was there over my nakedness. Given to me was unguent of women by encompassing the earth of humankind. Truly he has spoken to me about himself. Now here's a brief explanation of that passage. The mystical meaning behind the Hekau just presented is very important to the understanding of what is meant by the terms enlightenment and mystical experience. One, Rasta or Rastau. Another definition of Rasta refers to the site of the grave of Asar, the passageway to the netherworld. I was told it's the entrance to the Duat, entrance to the netherworld. There's a long hallway, and then the entrance to the Duat is called Rasta. And that's how Rastafari was for me. It was like the entrance to spiritual and awakening, spiritual practices, spiritual lifestyle. Secrets, of course, refers to the Shatai, or hidden supreme being, who is known as Asar Amun. Number 3, the way. Here the initiate discovers that she was able to find the boundary and to discover the abode of the hidden one, Amun. The initiate was able to discover the difference between what is real and what is illusion, Anpu, and was therefore able to traverse the illusory Dua and discover the special location wherein there is a supreme peace and immortality. Supreme peace is the end of duality. 4. Yanrutef, or Nurutef, refers to the mythological site of the grave of Asar, or the innermost shrine. 5. He has spoken. This line imparts the wisdom that God, herself, Asar, is the one who ultimately gives the highest wisdom about God. All of the teachings of the scriptures are only incomplete and indirect descriptions of God because God transcends any and all mental concepts. Even though the spiritual scriptures are given by sages and saints who are in communion with God, the medium of communication, words and concepts, remain in the realm of the mind, relative reality. Therefore, the study of the scriptures and various rituals cannot in and of themselves confer enlightenment or the mystical experience of union with the divine. For this to occur, it is necessary to actually experience the divine, and in order for this to occur, it is necessary to discover one's true essence as one with God. For only by becoming one with something can that thing be known. In this form of knowing, there is experience unlike intellectual knowledge, which does not confer experience. If a teacher tells you about China, you have intellectual knowledge. If you visited China, you have experience. There's an ancient Egyptian proverb. There is no life for the soul except in knowing, and no salvation but doing. Attack. All right, now we're going to have another chant. This one is for the Amritef that was just mentioned. Kamutef. Kamutef means the bull of his mother, signifying that the hidden soul within all things has the power to exist and generate life within itself. Therefore, life is an expression of the self-existent being beyond time and space through manifesting as time and space in all objects in creation, from African Religion, Volume 4, Tharian Theologian, page 49. Dua Kamutef, Dua Amun, Dua Kamutef, Dua Ram, Dua Kamutef, Dua Patan, Dua Kamutef, Dua Om, Dua Kamutef, Dua Amun, Dua Kamutef, Dua Ram, Dua Kamutef, Dua Patan, Dua Kamutef, Dua Om, Dua Kamutef, Dua Amun, Dua Kamutef, Dua Ram, Dua Kamutef, Dua Patan, Dua Kamutef, Dua Om, Dua Kamutef, Dua Amun, Dua Kamutef, Dua Ram, Dua Kamutef, Dua Patan, Dua Kamutef, Dua Om, Dua Kamutef, Dua Om, Dua Kamutef, Dua Om. That's it. All right. As usual, I have way more information than is doable. I don't know, can't seem to stop when I start doing the research for this project. Let's go to Tree of Life. Page 16. Oh, not just do one. Yeah, I see some typos. Here's another bit of information about the duat from the Kemetic Tree of Life. The ancient Kemetic concept of creation includes three realms. These are Ta, the earth, Pet, heaven, and the duat, the netherworld. Ta is the gross physical plane. Pet is the duat, is the abode of the gods and goddesses, spirits and souls. It is the plane of thoughts, the subtle nature devoid of gross impurities and physicality. It is the realm where those who are evil or unrighteous are punished, hell. But it is also where the righteous live in happiness and peace, heaven. It is the other world, the spirit realm. The duat is also known as Amenta, since it is the realm of Amun. So when at the end of prayers, when people say Amen, they're really calling on Amun without even knowing it. The hidden supreme being. The Duat is the realm where Ra is symbolized as the sun traverses after reaching the western horizon. In other words, the movement of Ra between sunset and sunrise. That is at night. Some people thought that the Duat was under the earth since they saw Ra traverse downward and around the earth and emerge in the east. However, this interpretation is the understanding of the uninitiated masses. The esoteric wisdom about the Duat is that it is the realm of the unconscious human mind and the astral realm, the astral plane. Amun holds a scimitar to cut off heads of enemies. Page 264. Okay, so the top of the page they have Herakuti holding the scimitar, and at the bottom of the page they have Amun. Amun holds a sickle-shaped knife, sword, scimitar, which with he assists the king, again in the form of the god Heru, to slay the enemies of the state. When used for warfare, knives are fearsome instruments that are used for close in. There it goes again. Come on. There it goes. It's coming back. For close-in fighting, stealthiness, and swift attack. Now it's going the other direction. Okay. Well, anyway, when you see them holding the scimitar, it doesn't just mean they're slaying the heads of their enemies. Oh, here it comes. They're slaying the heads of egoism, of the fetters of Set, slaying the heads of toxic thoughts and habits and ideas. Here it comes. When used for warfare, knives are fearsome instruments that are used for close-in fighting, stealthiness, and swift attack. They're regarded as weapons for battles on to death. The gods and goddesses use these to cut off the heads of evil serpents, the demons, which are slithery and slippery, stealthy and smooth. In like manner, the ego is slithery and stealthy. It hides in the shadows of the unconscious mind until ready to strike, and when it does, the personality is filled with the poison of desire. The knives cut off the head, which delivers that venom, and with it, the desire that leads to worldly entanglements and delusion. Aspirants should develop these qualities so as to hold in the hands the knives of good intellect, agreeable nature, and right discernment, which cut away at the errors that lead to strife and unrest in life. Okay. Let's have another song. I haven't played the harp one time today. It's funny. The harp is usually for goddesses. I don't play it a lot for the gods. Oh Amun, oh Amun, who art in heaven. Yeah, that doesn't go with that song. This harp is really unusual. It either matches the melody or it doesn't. I'm just going to play the drum. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome to Cosmic Adorations for the God Amun. We are on a divine holy day of the month Paninit. The Earth Center puts out this calendar, and this is the Deccan Sawikat. This is a serious, Kemetic Sirius sidereal calendar, and it is Kemetic, yes, even though it's in Mali. Oh, Amun, oh, Amun, who art in heaven. You know what? I clapped for this one. I didn't even play the drum. Oh, Amun, who art in heaven. Turn the face upon the dead body of the child. And make the child sound strong in the netherworld. Oh, Amun, oh God, oh God, oh Amun. I adore thy name. Grant it to me that I may understand thee, and that I might find peace in the duat, and that I may possess all my members therein. O Amun, let me make supplications unto thee, for I know thy name, and the transformations are in my mouth, and thy skin is before thine eyes. Come, I pray thee, and place thou thine their image, thyself in the everlasting netherworld. Let my whole body become like that of an actor. Let me escape from this evil chamber, and let me not be imprisoned therein, for I worship thy name, El Amun. Do a tap. Okay, so there's a few references there. Seeing the skin before, we see the skin of Amun before our eyes, because the skin of Amun is everything. It's like, because Amun is hidden within everything in creation. And then let me possess all my members therein. Of course, that's referring to when Set dismembered Asar and scattered his pieces all over the earth, and they were only able to find 12 out of 13. So, he's saying, when we go to the netherworld, may we possess all our members therein. May we not have any confrontations like with Set, like Asar did. And then skin before eyes. Transformations are in our mouth. We can speak them into existence, right? Because our lips are the lips of Anpu. And then escaping from the evil chamber, that's like our body in a mummy that's wrapped with the bandages, and the bandages represent the fetters of Set. So we want to be free from the fetters of Set. We want to escape from our egoism. We want to escape from the confines and the limitations of our bodies. Right. Let me not be imprisoned therein, for I worship thy name, Hail Amun. Wonderful. I forgot, I wanted to read this earlier. It's from the first portion is from one of the 4 great truths that was recited at the beginning. The second part is an ancient Kemetic proverb, and this is about shedding. The goal of Nehas, or enlightenment, remembering our divine essence, our divine identity. And this is important because right now, if you're from Tamari, we're going through this huge process to reclaim our Aboriginal identity, our sovereignty, and we have to balance that with, um, reclaiming our divine identity, our divinity. Because remember this myth of Sekhmet, or Hattudu, she forgot her identity, she forgot her divinity, and got caught up in egoism and Setian fetters, and was brought back to her divinity by the wisdom teachings of the cosmic mind. So this was shared with us by Seva Jha. So of course the Arishedi Rek Aben Makadu, the practice of the Shedi disciplines leads to knowing oneself as a divine. This is called being true of speech. And this is Seva Ma's commentary. Doing Shedi means to study profoundly, to penetrate the mystery, Shatout, and discover the nature of the divine. There have been several practices designed by the sages of ancient Kemet to facilitate the process of self-knowledge. These are the religious or spiritual traditions, Shatout, and the Sema, Smai Tawi, yogic disciplines related to them that augment the spiritual practices. So the Shedi disciplines are tools that we use as a tool that we have to know oneself as a divine, to become true of speech, spiritually victorious, to be enlightened. And what are the Shedi practices? Studying the teachings, listening to the teachings, meditating on the teachings, devotion of the spiritual practice, and then right action. And then here's the proverb. Men and women are to become godlike through a life of virtue and cultivation of the spirit through scientific knowledge, practice, and bodily discipline. So that is why we have these cosmic adorations. That's why it's not just a music concert, because the songs and the chants are based on wisdom teachings. And so this is how I do my Shedi practice. I study the wisdom teachings, and then I put them to music, and then I share them. So that's like my right action. So it's devotion, it's study, reflection, meditation, and sharing the wisdom teachings, just by coming on here with you. So I really appreciate you for joining and staying. And if you're on TikTok, if you could continue to tap the screen, that helps the algorithm know that we are here. Right? So I'm going to go back to some music. Okay. Let's have a few more teachings. We'll have some more music. Let's try Proverb from Hymn to Amun, page 21. Dua. Oh, Nitra's here. Dua Senti. Okay. Say one. Oh, page 21, not 121. 21. Oh, okay. I don't remember this. What does this have to do with Amun? Oh, okay. All right. It's interesting. I can do this one. If the scroll will cooperate. All right, so here's some proverbs about, we're talking about spiritual identity. This is more about our physical identity. All right, so we're going to take a little dive into some proverbs and some teachings about the blackness. The ancient Kemetic texts state our people originated at the base of the mountain of the moon at the origin of the Nile River. According to this author, Dr. Munada Ashby, Kemet, oh, there goes the scroller. Okay, I'm going to close it and open it up again. This is going nuts. Oh, gosh. Can't blame this on Mercury retrograde. Oh. Wow, so it didn't close, I see. Okay, that's not cooperating. So much for that idea. All right, what else you got for me? Sorry, the scroller's not working today. Let's see if it's in the book. The last reading, and we'll close it out because this just not working too well today. I'll make a video about it because it talks about the blackness. And there's so much controversy and discord over black because Black's law book says that black is the worst thing you can be on earth. So we shouldn't use it in legal circles. We're certainly not going to forget our blackness. Let's see if it's in the book. Okay, yes, it is in the book. Okay. The term Om, most people think it comes from India. However, there's proof that it actually came from Kemet. You can find it. I think it's. Yeah, the reading I wanted to share is on the computer. It's not. Heavy sigh. Try one more time. Okay, let me open it up again. I can't get it to work. And one more chance. It's 21 and page 247. Okay. 21. Okay. According to this author, the word Kemet means Egypt, burnt, land of blackness, land of the burnt people. Close to Lake Victoria in present-day Africa, the same location where the earliest human remains have been found in the land currently known as Ethiopia, Tanzania, etc., etc., etc. Peoples of the world originated in Africa and migrated to other parts of the world prior to the last ice age 40,000 years ago. Therefore, as of this time, genetic testing has revealed that all humans are alike. The earliest known fossils, which have been found in many parts of the world, were those of the African Grimaldi type. During the Ice Age, it was not possible to communicate or to migrate. Those trapped in specific locations were subject to the regional forces of weather and climate. Less warmer climates required less body pigment, thereby producing lighter pigment to people who now differed from their dark-skinned ancestors. After the Ice Age, when travel was possible, these light-skinned people who had lived in the northern colder climates of harsh weather during the Ice Age period moved back to the warmer climates of their ancestors and mixed with the people there who had remained dark-skinned. thereby producing the Semitic colored people. Semite means mixture of skin color shades. Therefore, there is only one human race who, due to different climatic and regional exposure, changed to a point where there seem to be different types of people. Differences were noted with respect to skin color, hair texture, customs, languages, and with respect to the essential nature, psychological, and emotional makeup due to the experiences each group had to face and overcome in order to survive. Okay, here's some this proverb is from the hymn to Amun. Thou makest the color of the skin of one race to be different from that of another, but however many may be the varieties of mankind, it is thou that makest them all to live. Souls, Heru, Son, are of the self same nature, since they came from the same place where the Creator modeled them. Nor male nor female are they. Sex is a thing of bodies, not souls. Historical evidence proves that Ethiopia Nubia already had kingdoms at least 300 years before the first kingdom pharaoh of Kemet. Ancient Kemet was a colony of Nubia, Ethiopia, Asar having been the leader of the colony. And upon his return to Greece, they gathered around and asked, "Tell us about this great land of the blacks called Ethiopia." And Herodotus said, "There are two great Ethiopian nations, one in Sind, India, and the other in Egypt." Recorded by Egyptian high priest Manetho, 300 BC. Also recorded by Diodorus, Greek historian, 100 BC. Now I wanted to go to the passage about blackness and Amun, page 247, and then we'll have our last song. Okay. All right, here we go. That which is in the place where nothing grows is the place of absolute stillness. This is page 247 of Assyrian Resurrection. It is a region that is devoid of forms or mental concepts of any kind. It is the primeval or celestial waters from which creation arises. It is the place which is hidden from that which is in motion, the relative reality. Therefore, it is hidden to those whose minds are in constant motion due to desires, cravings, emotional attachments, greed, etc. That which is relative or temporal emanates out of that which is absolute and eternal. The relative reality emanates from this hidden place of stillness. It is to this place of stillness where one must go and have communion with the divine. When this occurs, that which is hidden is revealed. The deepest and most darkest realm is Asar himself, and it is why Asar is referred to as the Lord of the Perfect Black. It is also why Aset, Heteru, Anpu, and Set are also black. The term black does not refer to the color, to the hue of the skin, although the scriptures describe them as being dark-skinned. It is a mystical reference to the obscure region from which they originate. They are emanations from this realm of blackness, which is described as a void or a nothingness in the hieroglyphic papyrus entitled The Laments of Aset and Nebuchadnezzar. This notion of nothingness is akin to the Buddhist notion of Shumaya, or the void, which refers to the area of consciousness which is devoid of mental concepts and thoughts. When there are no thoughts or forms in the mind, it is calm, expansive, and peaceful. When there are thoughts in the mind, the mental awareness is narrowed and defined into concepts. If the mind is confined to these concepts and narrow forms of thought, then it is confined to that which is limited and temporal. It is if it eradicates the desires, cravings, and illusions to the mind, then it becomes aware of the innermost reality and it realizes its connection to the entire cosmos. Therefore, the task of a spiritual aspirant is to eradicate the concepts, agitation, desires, and cravings in the mind, and to discover the hidden innermost reality, which is Hetep, supreme peace, eternal and pure. From a higher level of understanding, the Duat is the unconscious mind, and Asar is that level which transcends the thinking processes, its deepest region. It is the level of consciousness that is experienced during deep, dreamless sleep, Asar Amun. Therefore, it is the hidden aspect of the human heart, and thus it is known as Amun or Asar Amun. So it's fascinating to me how, according to Black's Law Dictionary, which was written by a white man, the definition of black is pale, void, nothing. However, in the Natarian tradition, blackness, void, nothing, hidden, is a goal. It's so that your mind is void, and that the materialism is hidden. The material world is like it's nothing. You want to get to this still blackness. So we have to accept that there's two definitions of black and blackness. I won't use black in legal circles. However, blackness is the source of light. It's where we came from. So that's just where I am with that. To me, that's balancing the physical and the material. Okay, one more song. And this song is so new, I don't know if I've played it on the harp yet. I guess I have two more songs. Okay, two more. They're short. So, okay. Let's see how this goes on the harp. This one I've sung it before, but I've never played it with the harp. The other one I've never sung it before. I am a moon in the spirit plays on. I am a moon in the spirit plays on. I am hidden from you. I am hidden from you. Your poison of desire, falsehood, hatred, and fear cannot enter into me. Cannot enter me. I am a moon in spirit pervades all. I am a moon in spirit pervades all. I am so settled due to my purity that I am hidden from you. I am so settled due to my purity that I am hidden from you. I am a moon in spirit pervades all. I am a moon in spirit pervades all. I am hidden from you. I am hidden from you. I am hidden among you. I am hidden among you. I am a moon in spirit pervades all. I am a moon in spirit pervades all. Your poison of desire, falsehood, hatred, and fear cannot enter Amun. In spirit pervades all. I am Amun. In spirit pervades all. For I'm so settled to my purity. I'm so settled into my purity that I'm hidden from you. That I'm hidden from you. I am a moon. In spirit pervades all. I am a moon. In spirit pervades all. I am hidden among you. I am hidden among you. I am hidden from you. I am hidden from you. That's nice. I'll use that one for the new song. All right, this is a song I do not. Let me read the translation. I like to end it with the improv. I like improv. I wish you could see the picture. I'm looking at the lyrics. Oh, there we go. Page 208 to 210. This is from the Egyptian Book of the Dead, hieroglyphic translations, Temple of Amun at Abu Simbel. I don't know if you can see, I have the backdrop behind me is from outside of the temple. It's the same one that's on the cover. On the spring and fall equinox, if you go there, you can attend the festival where I'd say thousands of people jam their way into this tiny little door behind me. See the door? Because at sunrise on March 22nd and October 22nd, that's when they have the equinox. The sun goes through the door and lights up Amun Ra and Ptah and leaves Ramses in the dark. Because Ramses built this temple and he considers himself one with the divine, but with these divinities, but he's not the divinity. So the light only lights up Amun Ra and Ptah. It's amazing, especially since they moved it. They moved the temple when they dammed the Nile. I'm not going to go into that. I'm just grateful that it's still there. I will say that here's an image of what it looks like now. His head has been knocked off. I would say the people that live there. Oh, this is a nice diagram of Asar, Amun, Ra, and Ptah. It's a nice diagram. They treat that place like it's an amusement park, and they climb over it like it's a playground, and it's very disrespectful in my opinion. So here is, and when I say hymn to Amun Ra, I found out there's like 30. I was thinking, oh cool, I'll just make songs for all of them. I've got like 50 years to go, maybe. I could still do it. Ucha, do it for tuning in. We are at the last song of this presentation to Amun on this divine holy day, Cosmic Adorations. But you'll be able to watch the replay. Thank you so much for dropping by. And for those of you on TikTok, thank you for the love and the likes and for tuning in. Thank you, Nitra. So here's the translation. This is a hymn to Amun Ra, the hidden, awake, and aware among us. Precept A, Amun Ra is witnessing consciousness in the sleep state. So when we're asleep, and that doesn't just mean asleep, when we're like stupefied asleep, like totally indoctrinated with Western imperialism and caucasity and missionaries and pirates and colonizers, and we're asleep to consciousness. We're asleep to our higher self. We're asleep to the divine within. In the sleep state of consciousness, Amun Ra is awake and aware and watchful of men and women while they are sleeping. The hidden divinity, who is the witnessing consciousness of the divine, is established, founded, latent, hidden in all objects that exist, including the beginning and ending creator spirit and the sustainer creator spirit. Praises and adorations are uttered by people about you, Amun Ra, in the form of verbal expansions about your glory. There is so much adulation and happiness that the jubilation posture is practiced in honor of your resting, latent, hidden, quiescent, supporting, upholding, small, undetected, atomic, infinitesimal within us, supporting the existence of created names and forms of creation, as well as the consciousness that supports our existence and conscious awareness of ourselves as conscious living beings in time and space. So Amun establishes in object. Amun established in objects. Amun is witnessing consciousness that sustains the creator divinity as well as the objects of creation. Amun is witnessing consciousness that rests within us and sustains the individual human existence and ego consciousness awareness. So what do we got here? Just more words. Okay. So here's the special section of the program where I don't know what's going to come out. My heart. Get this a little bigger. The hidden, awake, and aware among us. Hand to Amun. Sejerasu, Nemrenteju, Sejeru. Amunen, Nebetemura, Herakuti. Ewa Remteju Inke and I'm just giving you Sejeresu Remteju Sejeru Amumen Nebetemura Erakuti Au and KMJ Sanu Au Remteju and Kennedy Nete Kim Him and you Sejerasu Nemrenteju Sejeru Amumen Nebetemura Erakuti Au and KMJ Sanu Au Remteju and Kenner and just came in you. Oh, Amun. All right, well, that is the last song for today's offering. If you go to the website, tachia.com/Amun, you will find enough references for a marathon session for Amun. If I read all the teachings again and then wrote songs or sang them, I could probably be on here for 24 hours. So it's a good resource for me because now if I'm looking for teachings for Amun, I can just go, just go to that page and I can just add more and more. So that's why I'm doing this. It's part of my study Shetty. Um, excuse me, Rec Ab, right? Is study. Okay. So again, this has been a Cosmic Adorations presentation from the Kemetic Sidereal Sirius Sidereal Calendar put out by the Earth Center, Het Ashat Healing Center, Revitalizing Kemetic Life. And you can get the paper calendar or the app. You can download the app for free, or if you pay $3.99 lifetime, I guess it's a subscription. I don't know. Put it back to the page. And so we are in the second decan, instructed to honor Amun. So that's what we just did. And also you are to perform your oblations before the divine offerings, or divine offerings. And so the next presentation from Cosmici Temple, Light and Wellness, will be tonight when Mercury moves into the sacred hoop. So we'll have lots of fun with Mercury tonight with Lord Jaluti, the Cosmic Mind. I don't know what time that would be. And then we had our Good Rising TV presentation the other night, so I'll have to check the calendar for July. I know July is going to be busy because it's the Natarian New Year, July 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I think that's how it is. So it starts with Ra, Asar, Heru, Set, Aset, Nebuhet, and Sopdet. And then it's, so it's 7 days. Sirius starts to rise again around the 23rd. So it's a huge week for celebrations. I may try to do a mini presentation for each day. We'll see. And then the Sacred Hoop, I said, is tonight. And then I missed the one for May for the Imhotep transits, where we just sit around and have conversations about wellness topics. And that will be on June 30th when they call it a blue moon, which is proof that there's 13 constellations along the ecliptic. Because why would there be 2 full moons in 1 month? Because one, they're leaving out the 13th month, which lasts 7 days, which is the month of Sidereal Scorpio. But we'll talk a lot about that on June 30th. And then, of course, if there's some interesting phenomenon like retrogrades or eclipses, I will be back. So I'll see you tonight for those of you that are interested. Otherwise, have a wonderful, divine, holy day. Attempt. Dua. Thank you for being here, San Patrick, Brother Patrick. And for those of you who stayed till the end, Dua Hatep.